Welcome back.
It's been a while since we filmed because we've been so busy writing.
Crazy. So much writing.
We finally got our edits done, our first round.
Yeah, guys. It was a lot. But we did it!
So much work. It was so crazy.
But it was so fun.
It was. It was essentially like 80% rewritten. Like we kept the plot.
Mm-hmm. And there were like 3 or 4 chapters that we only really tweaked things for. But even chapters where they were like, oh, this is great, we love this.
There were so many ripple effects from the rest of the story that things just had to change and perspectives were different, and
we had to be like, oh, we need to make sure we reference this again later.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out spots for stuff.
It was crazy. It was so much work. We kind of wanted to share the process of how we made it happen with you.
And what's going to happen next and what we're doing right now.
Yeah. So when we first got our edit letter, we sat down separately in our own homes and did a Marco Polo chat back and forth until we had outlined who was going to take over what chapter and what all of our chapters were going to look like through the whole book.
So we kind of based it off of their letter that they sent us, and we were like, okay, this is what we're changing in this chapter. This is what we're changing in this chapter.
We need a chapter here with this now.
Yes.
Things like that.
Change to this person's perspective. Make sure we add this world building.
Yeah.
Color-coded to who was going to do what.
So we split the chapters pretty much 50-50. We ended up doing where I took most of Iana and Braxtis's chapters.
Yeah, and I took most of Galeen and Kostas.
We just kind of like them.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of how we started out. I wrote Galeen's, she wrote Iana's. A couple of times she was like, you should do this part because, like, you know Galeen's soul. So, like, you write this part.
Yes, and I was very, like, I want to do anything that has to do with the Braxtis Dimitri Iana love triangle. Any scene like
she
that.
Did so much work on that.
like
she got into, like, psychology, and oh my gosh, it was cool.
So
she did amazing.
Thank you.
So,
you did too. It was well balanced, I think. So
yeah, definitely.
We took those, we had a plan to write like a chapter every other day.
So we would write our own chapters separately, and then we'd come together and edit them together.
Which was nice. We just sat down and went through it, and sometimes it was like, great, except I love this is great, maybe this, done. And other times it was like 2 hours later on the same paragraph.
Seriously. Or like one sentence, we're like, I don't love this wording.
How do we do this?
And then in the end, sometimes it would be the exact same as it was, and we're just like, it's good, we'll just move on.
But like, one scene up on the cliffs, we had to draw maps of where everybody was.
Yeah. And we were like, wait, what are you picturing? Because I'm picturing this. You're like,
well, like, wait a second, where was Braxtis this whole time? And we had to like
why isn't he doing this? Something. Oh my god.
It was crazy. So
we made it though.
It was fun. Lots of work. We made it. I got a little stressed at the end because we were under the deadline pressure, and then we also the chapters were longer and more intense by the end, and we'd mapped it out by chapters of how we needed to go to finish.
And there were some big changes to the ending.
It's probably, 20,000 words shorter? So
oh yeah.
We love how it all worked out in the end.
Yeah. For a couple of places and a couple of big chapters, we were kind of like, we're gonna change this. We're gonna hope they're okay with it.
Take our own liberties with a few things that make sense to us.
Mm-hmm.
So we're hoping they just like it all.
Yeah.
And they're not like, why did you do this? We'll find out though.
Yeah, we will. Hopefully soon-ish. We feel really good about it. So there were definitely some like things that we were sad to cut and say goodbye to, but it's definitely, I feel like, a much stronger version of our story now.
Mm-hmm. And we've added some beautiful things that we didn't have last draft.
Yes.
So
yes,
we hope you like it as much as we do. But
definitely.
So next steps. I was actually talking to some of the Swoon Reads authors on a Facebook group that we have, and they were saying, welcome to the publishing world. It's sweating under deadlines and then waiting with held breath. That's all it is. So We're on the waiting end now.
Mhm. Ideally, what Holly kind of projected was like a month for her to get back to us with more suggestions and edits, her initial thoughts about this stuff. But it depends on how busy she is.
If there's a lot more changes that she wants to see, she'll draft up a new edit letter. We'll do it again. Hopefully less intense.
Yes.
If it's pretty close, then we'll move right into line edits, which is more detailed Google Doc, comb through, make sure it's all grammatically correct and everything. And then we'll move to copy edits. Our goal that we set with Holly is to get our book to copy edits by December. December, somewhere in there.
Like Christmassy, she was like, let's try to be done by Christmas.
Yeah, copy edits is all the formatting that they're going to do, unless I'm wrong, right?
Yeah,
it's
I
like
think so.
It's like getting it into book readiness.
Yes.
And
then after that, it's completely out of our hands.
Yeah, for
Totally until
a long time.
it comes out. Basically, we have a little bit of input with the title, the cover.
The title.
Yeah, we need to work on that.
The
That's true.
Dream Watcher no longer fits
Mhm.
as the title. So
We're not just hanging out doing nothing right now. We are definitely still keeping up on writing because basically our job now. We have our own stories that we've been working on for a while, but we're working on a competition, some entries for a literary magazine.
So we've submitted to this journal a few times in the past. It's called Warp and Weave at UVU. Ashley took first place last time with the flash fiction. I took third with a short story the time before that.
Mhm. And then
I was an editor
yes.
for it for a little bit.
Yeah. So that's been really fun, and it's been really good to like keep us on our toes and keep practicing our skills. I found a fun little niche in flash fiction that I freaking love. So I'm doing a couple more flash fiction pieces to submit this time. So hopefully
Yeah,
go well.
she's good at it. I'm really bad at flash fiction.
Yeah, but I'm not great at short stories.
But I'm submitting a short story.
It's gonna be awesome.
Going and Gone. And I'm excited. So wish us luck on that. I am also in a creative nonfiction class, and I've been writing a lot of nonfiction, which is interesting.
I'm hopefully gonna start working on my master's application to start a creative writing master's, but we'll see. They didn't want me last time.
That's
I'll
okay.
show them.
Yeah, and then we're gonna hit our stories really hard, our individual novels that we're working on.
But we're gonna keep working really closely together, helping each other with
With our own
edits
stuff.
and ideas, brainstorming, all that jazz.
Are you doing NaNoWriMo this year?
Yes, I'm doing NaNoWriMo.
I'm doing NaNoWriMo
every
too.
year. It's the greatest thing. If you don't know what it is, Google it. But 50,000 words in a month. That's
National
the ultimate
Novel
goal.
Writing Month is what
Yeah.
it's called. It's in November.
Very
That's
good.
another thing that we're really excited about, is that while we're waiting for our book to come out in the future, we can be working on our individual stories and work with Ben to get them to publishers as well. So the sooner we finish our own novels, the sooner we can get more books out for you.
Yeah. Which is the dream. So, wish us luck.
Thanks for your support again.
Seriously, it means a lot. And we'll keep you updated on everything because it's so fun and we love it.
Yeah, we'll tell you what Holly says. See if she likes it. This is Bright Ink.
Over and out.